Games. Games are one of the most popular media and art forms nowadays. There have been so many over the past 20 to 30 years and so many consoles that have been released. The footage I'm showing now is mostly of new games, and I would like to cover many of these games. However, this is my first video, and if you're subscribing now, you're going to be here for a while. So this video is going to be my top 10 favorite games of all time. Now, I know there's going to be some people, some haters and trollers who are going to be like, that's not my favorite game, it's stupid. And you know what? Give me those comments. Why? I want to see that, because I don't know why people do comment that kind of stuff, but just do it anyways. I don't care if I can even listen. But anyways, so I really like to, on this channel, show a lot of lists, because I feel like making lists and, rating games on these lists is actually just a really fun thing to do, and also pretty fun to watch. There's a lot of great channels like Josh Scorcher, Rabbit Luigi, 10 for the win, Machinima that do things like this. And I think those are all very entertaining and very just good videos. So I like to do that on my channel as well. And so yeah, without further ado, I'm going to start this video. Number 10.
It's been a long time. How have you been?
So, Valve has made many great games. Half-Life 2, Portal, Left 4 Dead, but I think Portal really stands out as one of their best games. The reason why is because of story, and characters, and just innovation. The Portal gun is a very cool idea, and it's used very well. It's executed very well. Wheatley and GLaDOS are both really funny, really cool characters, and they have a lot of they're very cynical and very sadistical. And also, it's a great game, but this list has been going on for a while. It's going to be a long video, so I want to get going to number 9.
For science, you monster.
Number 9. This game would be a surprise to many of you. Faster Than Light. This game is really recent. It's an indie title, so maybe you guys can play it, but it's great. I would suggest they do play it. Now, the goal of the game is just to take a spaceship and get it from one part of the galaxy to the next. Sounds simple? It's not. A lot of things happen, a lot of big situations, and it's a very, very, very hard game. It's also super fun. Now, this game, I just started playing it a few days ago, and it's already on my top 10 list because I cannot put it down. My first day I put 6 hours into it. It's just, every time you play it, something new is going to happen, and this really influences the gameplay in such a cool way. And also the soundtrack is great, different pew-pew laser sounds are all cool. And just every time, you play through it, something very, very different might happen. You might get a whole new crew of different alien life that'll, influence the way you play the game. You might use a new ship that has like a different playstyle. Might be using a stealth system, some drones to fight off enemies. It's really quite a great game, and I'm going to stick around with this game a bit more than Portal 2 because maybe many of you haven't heard of it. Now, this is also a very hard game. If you die in the game once, you have to restart the entire thing, and also, getting through each sector is quite the challenge, and that's the best part of the game. Number 8.
Rated M for mature.
Both Faster Than Light and The Walking Dead have something in common. They're both very recent, but they're also very good games. The Walking Dead is simple. Point and click, puzzle elements are in it, but really, it's about story and characters. And this game does that very well. The story of this game is amazing, because basically you're just stuck into a zombie apocalypse, not knowing anything about it, and it's kind of up to you to figure out how to survive and how to carry a team of people, a group of people together, and unite them and make sure that they're all working together and friendly with each other. And this game, oh my god, it's amazing. And if you've played it, I'm gonna throw it out there. Episode 2 is the best. You probably agree with me. But if you haven't played this game, I'd suggest try episode 1, because it might not be for you. It's not focused on gameplay, it's focused on story. If you're like all into games like Call of Duty, a lot of first-person shooters that really don't have a focus, they have more of a focus on multiplayer story, Sometimes you've been a Halo with that too. This game's not for you. If you like games like Mass Effect or Bioshock, though, this game is going to be amazing, and you're gonna love it. And this one also surprised me because the graphics are kind of they're like not very they're cartoony. They're not bad. They're just cartoony. They're kind of like almost Borderlands like. And the gameplay is very simple, but this game is amazing. You have to play it because it feels real. It's like watching a movie like The Blair Witch Project, where the movie feels real and it's very realistic. This game feels like you are, feels real. You feel like you are Lee. You are playing as the character. Although the characters in the game come to life, when they die, you actually feel impact from that. Not like, when an AI character in a shooting game dies. This is like serious. This game is very, very emotional. So yeah, play the game now. Or at least try it. I suggest you try it. Everyone should try it. But if you really like it, buy it. Trust me on this. Number 7. Quake 2. Now, Quake 2 has a special place in my heart, being one of the first games I ever played. But also, this game is about gameplay. The story is kind of like a story with Doom, where it's interesting, but it's not. It's an older game, so it's more about gameplay. There's a lot of older games are like that. And this game has amazing gameplay. The weapons in it are all awesome. When you just shoot a guy with a missile and they explode into gore, it's awesome. This game is awesome. That's really, just look at this. Doesn't this look awesome? You're just like zapping people, blowing them up. It's crazy. And this game, yeah, it was great. And the boss fights in it were all great. All the enemy types were great. The level design was great. It's just great. It might not be, the best story around, and I love games that have great stories, which I'll get to later, but this game was just fun, and that's, I think, one of its best values, an attribute. Number 6. Red Dead fucking Redemption. This game is awesome. It's my favorite Rockstar game, for one, and Rockstar, I think every single one of their games is amazing, and 2, this game, like The Walking Dead, makes you feel like an outlaw or a police officer, depending on how you kind of play the game. But anyways, this game, the story's amazing, the gameplay is amazing, the characters in it all feel alive. It is an amazing experience to go through. And I just gotta say, when I played this game the first time, it moved me emotionally by the end, and the ending, well, people might not like the ending. I thought it was great. I'm not gonna say the ending, of course, because you have to play this game. But just everything, the entire experience is amazing. Being an outlaw, looting, just charging in with like posses of people. And here's the best part about it: the multiplayer in this game. There's so much value to it. The multiplayer, I played that game multiplayer for hours. Just the open world multiplayer, with like people in the world with you. And this game is just one of the best packages I think ever made. The story is great. And it's Undead Nightmare, which is freaking awesome. I love zombie games. And this is perfect because Red Dead Redemption is one of my favorite games, but the zombie add-on makes it freaking awesome. And this game, it's incredible. I can't say it's praised enough because there's unlimited amounts of fun to this game. And if you've played it, you can probably agree with me. Some people don't like it because it's too long, or there's like vast expanses of land. I think just riding around on the horse, like the giant fields and plains and savannas, is one of the best parts. Just exploring the world and looking at everything, because the graphics are great, as you can tell from this video. And I just gotta say, this game is awesome. Number 5. Half-Life 2. I think that Half-Life 2 is a great game. I do think it's overrated because of this reason. People like it a lot for its story and characters. And personally, I think its story, it's cool, the whole alien invasion, but I think the characters are kind of boring. Like Gordon Freeman, he's just silent, and Alex is just kind of all around excited about everything. The reason why this game is great is the gameplay. I've never played a game with better shooting mechanics. You can sprint and shoot, jump and shoot. There's no cutscenes, there's like no cinematic. It's very cinematic, but there's no cinematic parts of it. What I mean by that is like cutscenes. And the game itself, every moment of it, you are playing the game. There's no parts where you're just watching. And the gameplay is amazing, which makes this game really good. And yeah, there are some really cool enemies, like the zombies. The Combine, I think, are some of the coolest enemies in games ever. Like the Striders, the dropships, they're all awesome to take on. Like, the big Strider battle in that game was amazing. And this game, I think it loses points for some of the vehicle sections. I love the airboat section, but the Jeep section is not that fun. But this game's gameplay is just amazing. And just kind of how it all comes together with the story, I think, is the best part. So that's why it's number 5. Number 4. BioShock. You may be starting to see a trend in my videos. I love story-based games, and BioShock is one of the coolest stories ever. Being that it's so mysterious, and just kind of wake up and it's all very strange. But this game, some of like the plot twists and the characters are amazing. I don't want to say much about this game because you need to play it. It might just look like, a shooting game, with some really creepy bad guys like the Little Sisters and the Big Daddies and the Splicers, but there's so much more to this game, and I didn't realize that until I played the game. I thought it was just going to be a fun shooting game with the survival horror, but no, that's not the game. This game is amazing. It's so much story, there's so much depth to it. You need to play this game. If you haven't already, play number 1. If you want to play 2, play 2, but I'd suggest playing Infinite. I think it's a better game than 2. But number 1 really blew me away the most, so that's why it's right here. Number 3. Shadow of the Colossus. This game is art. It's pretty much silent the entire way through, except for, the main, I guess kind of the villain, Dorman, talking to you, telling you what to do. But you play as Wander. Just a guy who has a girl he wants to bring back, and to bring her back, he needs to kill 16 colossi. Basically these giant monster, demonish-like creatures, but they're not bad. So when you're just murdering them, you kind of feel awful for doing it because they never did anything to you. And that's pretty much it. You just roam around, find the colossi, fight them, and each colossus is kind of a puzzle when you're like scaling it. There's all this awesome epic music playing, and it's a puzzle inside of all of it. You have to figure out its weak points, where to climb, where you can't climb. And this game is epic. It is so epic. As you can hear the music right now, the music's already awesome. The soundtrack in this game's amazing. All the platforming elements are really great. All the just exploring is great. And it's just epic. And there's only a few words to describe this game as being just that, epic. And it's amazing. And then by the end of the game, the ending it throws at you is really quite interesting. I'm not going to say the ending, of course, because I don't want any spoilers in this video. But by the end, you're kind of making up your own theories about how the story's going to continue. And with the possible sequel or prequel, or maybe, well, it's one of those two, we're not really sure, The Last Guardian coming out. I'm really excited to see what they do with this franchise because it's one of the most just beautiful and amazing franchises made. Eco along with Shadow of the Colossus. And Eco's also great, but I personally prefer this one to Eco. And yeah, this game, it's amazing. You can play it. If you can't play it though, maybe you can find an emulator online to play it because the PS2, they don't really make games for it anymore. It's going to be hard to find one if you don't already own one. A lot of people still own them because it was an amazing console. But yeah, if you can't find the game, just play it another way. So yeah, experience this game. Please do it now. Number 2. Mass Effect 2. If you haven't played the Mass Effect series, stop watching this video, go and buy the trilogy pack and play through it. It's amazing. Now yeah, it's a story-based game with not very good gameplay, but I don't want to play it. No, you need to play it. I'm serious about this. You have to play it. It's just this entire series. It's like one game pretty much because everything you do in the first game preserves the second game and the third game. It's just like a giant experience. It's like playing The Walking Dead with a bit more, I guess, sustenance to it. But also, I mean, The Walking Dead's also great. But this game, I'm going to compare it to that because they're both very good story-based games that have a very, very powerful central villain. And this game, it's amazing. You need to play it. Now, I'm playing the Mass Effect 2 footage because that's my favorite one of the series. And just trust me on this. Get out there and play it. I'm not even talking anymore because you're going to see the awesomeness in this trailer.
Take the fight to the Collectors in person. Looking forward to the action.
Attacking the Collectors would require passing through the Omega-4 relay.
No ship has ever returned from doing so.
The team will have to be strong, their resolve unquestionable.
We have to give everything, even if that means our lives. We will stop at nothing. We will fight for the lost.
Number 1. Metal Gear Solid 4. Like Mass Effect, this game has an amazing story. In fact, this entire series, being my favorite series of all time, that is the best, probably the best story of any game I've ever played. Now, I'm gonna say this. I think my favorite game in the series is Metal Gear Solid 3, but Metal Gear Solid 4 has probably the best ending to any game ever. And since it's the entire game is pretty much just a wrap up to everything, and there's so many cutscenes that just show everything. And if people don't like this game because of the cutscenes, I think it's one of the best parts of the game. Seeing everything come to a close, seeing Snake's story, Raiden's story, Big Boss, Ocelot. This is an amazing experience. And yeah, the controls are a bit strange, the story's a bit, weird. But you know what? People who say that, no, that's not true. This game, it's just a great look. It's a great series. It's a great franchise. And every single game in the series, it plays great. It looks great. This game is amazing. And people always complain, yeah, the controls are weird. But yeah, they're a little weird, but it doesn't take away from the game being one of the best games of all time. The story's strange. That's one of its best parts. It has an amazing story. And if you really, really look into the story and pay attention to it, it's just amazing. Everything about it's so cool. All the boss fights in this game are intense. All the stealth play is great. All the villains are really fleshed out. Same with also the heroes. It's just play through the entire series. There's an HD collection you can play through. And please play this game. In fact, if you're still watching this video, just leave now and play this game. I don't want any views or likes. Play this game. I would rather you do that than leave me a like or subscribe, because you need to play this game. Now, the one thing is this is a PS3 exclusive, so if you have an Xbox, maybe you're out of luck. But seriously, play this game somehow at a friend's house or whatever. Just get it.